Alright, hello everyone. My name is Ajay from Teaching Technology Across Generations at St. Mark's School of Texas, and in this video I'll be covering the general section of settings. So to get there, you open up the settings app and you scroll down a little bit until you see this section that says general, and you click on it. So the general section is where you can find a lot of the important information about your device and the way that it works. You can also change the way things on your screen look in this section. So the first part of the general section of settings is the About section, and in here you can view information about your phone. Most of the information in here is only useful to the people at the Apple Store, or people who are helping you with your serious issues that you might encounter on your device, because a lot of the information here is just ways to distinguish your phone from anyone else's phone. So the second section is the software update section. So when you open it up, you're going to see a red notification sometimes, and that notification means that there's an update that is ready for your phone to happen. However, normally there will not be anything next to it, and when you click on it, you will have seen that message that said checking for updates, and then if there is an update, you will see what the update does and be able to read some more information about it. You can also turn on automatic updates, which you can see that I have on here. I recommend it, as what it will do is overnight, when your phone is on charge and on Wi-Fi, your phone will update. So because it requires your phone to be charging and on Wi-Fi, and for it to be happening overnight, it won't inconvenience you, and you won't need to update your phone in the middle of the day when you might need it for something. So the next section is AirDrop, and AirDrop is a feature where people can send you images and other information over Wi-Fi, or if you're just within the same area. So you can turn it on or off, or only allow people to AirDrop you stuff if their phone number is in your contact section. It's really just what you prefer. If you are in an area where you have everyone's phone number, then you can just set it to contacts. But I recommend that you set it to contacts only if you aren't completely sure what you need. So AirPlay and Handoff and CarPlay are two sections where, depending on your device or car, there will be different instructions. To do something within these sections, you're probably going to need to see the instruction manual of the additional device, or follow the instructions under CarPlay if there is a car that you want to connect to. If you have a Mac computer and want to be able to do things on one device and be able to continue that work on another device, go into AirPlay and Handoff, and then turn on Handoff, because that will allow you to keep open tabs and keep open, say if you're working on a Word document, just be able to easily transfer the work between devices. So for older devices that still have a physical home button, you can click the home button section, and you can choose which of the different home buttons you want to use. Basically, what will happen is whenever you actually click on the home button, you can basically see the way that it'll feel whenever you were to actually use it. So you can just pick the most comfortable one and then click Done in the top. The next section is iPhone storage, and under iPhone storage, you can see how much of the space on your phone is being used. If you are close to being full, you are welcome to see what is taking up space on your phone, and then you can clear out the things that you do not need. If you are not close to being full, you don't need to clear stuff out. So background app refresh is where you can choose if apps will stay open or in the state that you left them in whenever you're not using them. The downside of this is that having apps using background refresh will use your battery, and if you are using cellular data because you are not on Wi-Fi at the time, then having apps refresh with cellular data will use that data. Most apps do not use much battery life. However, for some apps, you can turn off the apps individually. If you scroll down, this will also stop it from using service as well. So the next section is keyboard. For keyboards, it's a very important setting for making your life more convenient, or allowing you to type in a language that is not English. So to add a new keyboard, click the top section, and then from there, you will click Add a new keyboard, and then you can pick whichever language you want, and that'll have you set it up. And then to remove a keyboard, click on the edit in the top right corner, then click the minus button You cannot delete your only language keyboard. So if you only have one language, to get rid of it, you then have to add another first. So the next part of keyboards is text replacement. And under text replacement, what you can do is you can type abbreviations and then have Apple convert them into words. So there's a default one that Apple usually adds for people, which is on my way with an exclamation point. And if you type OMW, then it will type instead on my way for you. It's convenient, but isn't super necessary. What you can also do in here is you can add certain words to the thing just by typing in a phrase, and then it'll now recognize that as a word. So if you say something and it isn't really a word in actual dictionaries, but it is a saying that people understand and a word that you know, you can put it in here. But that's it for this section. So the next one would be one-handed keyboard. And what one-handed keyboard does is it makes the keyboard a little bit smaller and shifts it to the left or right of your screen. So what'll happen is it'll be easier for if you type with just like one thumb, then it'll make it easier to hit all the keys. You can turn it on if you tend to just use one hand and one finger to type. So all of these settings below one-handed keyboard are stuff that you probably want on because they help make your text messages and emails error-free. If you speak another language, instead of emoji, you'll see options for that language, and you can turn them on or off depending on the need. So if you have a custom font that you've purchased, it will already be set up on your phone, and you can click on your fonts to turn it on and off. I do not have any custom fonts, and most of you probably will not. So under language and region, you can set the language of your phone and make anything Apple has written appear in the language of your choice. Changing the region of your phone is not something that I would recommend. It makes your phone function as though you were there, but even when you travel somewhere, you don't need to change the setting. It's just something that you shouldn't touch. However, calendar and temperature unit can be good if you prefer to use a different type of calendar as listed here, or a different temperature unit, such as Celsius, which is the only one that Apple has set up. The next area is dictionary, which is just what dictionaries Apple has on your phone. You can also have dictionaries for obviously different languages, and it's just the default ones that you want Apple to use. You only need to mess with this for the languages that you actually speak, and it's best not to mess with the other ones. The next section is VPN. If you don't know what they are, VPNs are a form of cybersecurity and location changing. If you have a VPN, you have it set up here. If you do not know what they are or do not have one, it is not something you need to look into or mess with, and you can just skip past it. So legal and warranty is more information about your device and contains some information about Apple. Someone who is helping you with your device at the Apple Store may need to see something here, but it generally is not a page you will ever need to look at or use. If you go to reset, you will have the option to erase certain pieces of information from your phone. I do not recommend doing any of this unless you are getting rid of your device. Shutting down your phone is equivalent to shutting down a computer. You do not need to click it every so often or anything, but it does the same thing as holding down the power button, and then you have the ability to turn off your phone. So that is all for this video. Thank you.